Hello everyone, welcome back. We are going to study Chapter 2, Scarcity and Economic Development. In Chapter 1, we study what is scarcity. Scarcity occurs because people's wants and needs are unlimited, and no matter how many goods and services that we produce with the limited resources, we just cannot satisfy that unlimited wants and needs. So that's why scarcity occurs. With scarcity, we have to make choices. We have to choose goods and services to produce, how to produce them, and who consumes what is produced. So that is about scarcity. So with the scarcity, how do we achieve economic development? What is economic development? Economic development refers to economic growth with the improvements in economic well-being, living standard, and quality of life. So in this chapter, you will learn about what are those choices to achieve economic development. Before I start, I would like to let you know that there is a Word document named Lecture Notes Chapter 2. It's over here, the red arrow pointed at. In fact, in all of the chapters, I have a lecture notes in there. It is for your convenience to take notes. The document's size is 9 pages because in this chapter we have a lot of tables and charts. So if you can either print it out or download it, it's going to be easier for you to take notes. Many students said that they like the notes. You don't have to, but it's going to help you. First, let's see who is Adam Smith. Adam Smith is a British economist and a philosopher. He is best known as the author of a book. The book's name is The Wealth of Nations, published in 1776. How come he is considered as the founder of economics? Let's all go back to Adam Smith's day. During that period of time, gold was used as money. So you all know that money can buy things, right? And we measure wealth by money. So because of that, during those days, people believed a nation's wealth depends on how much gold there was inside the country. Because of that belief, people against imports. Why? Because they think when a country imports goods from another country, they have to pay the other country gold. So that caused the gold outflow from the country. So they believe that since this country has fewer gold now, it makes the country poorer. On the other hand, they believe export is good because when a country exported goods to another country, they receive the gold as other countries' payment. When they bring back the gold into this country, the country has more gold, so it is wealthier. So based on this belief, the kings, the emperor, the ministers, they impose high tariffs on imports. Tariffs is a taxes on imports. So once they tax high taxes on the imports becomes more expensive, so people buy less imports. On the other hand, kings, emperors, ministers, they give subsidy to exports. So the merchants who want to export goods to the other country, they receive some money, which is in forms of subsidy from the government, so that encourages them to sell more goods to the other country. Unfortunately, all of the other countries think the same thing. So because of that, it's not a lot of trade across the border back in those days. Adam Smith is the first one who pointed out this is not right. People make goods and services because we want to satisfy our wants and needs. When you are hungry, you eat food. You don't eat gold, right? So the wealth of a nation should not be measured by how much gold a nation has. It should be measured by how much goods and services a nation can produce. One famous theorem is called the invisible hand theorem. Adam Smith said that self-interest-based voluntary exchanges can make all those involved in the exchange better off. Back in those days, the kings and the emperors, or in other words, say the governments, they believe that they have to control people's economic activities. They have to control import, they have to control export, they have to set the price. Otherwise, the economy will become chaotic. But Adam Smith pointed out, as the sellers and buyers are given the freedom to bargain with each other, buyers will take home goods that they want, that they value the most. Sellers will receive what they want to be paid. So everyone who involved in the trade will become better off. And as a result of this freedom of trade, resources will be allocated to produce what people want the most, what people value the most. So that is what the government should do. Give households and firms freedom to make their own decision. This includes free trade as the imports and exports. Because of that, some people say Adam Smith is the founder of capitalism because he promotes capitalism. Okay, next we are going to use a model. This model is called Production Possibilities Frontier to illustrate how to use resources to make goods and services. Why do we have to make choices? Production Possibilities Frontier is a graph. It shows the maximum combinations of two products that may be produced with available resources and the best technology. So here is an example. Sweet Lee's Bakery. Suppose Lee makes only pies and cookies. She can make 2 pies per hour or 10 cookies per hour. Now, 2 pies per hour, 10 cookies per hour, these are called productivity. How much output you can produce per hour is called productivity. Let's see if you can fill out the table below. Look at choice A. Choice A is if Sweet Lee do not spend any time on making pies, but spend the entire 8 hours to making cookies. Can you fill out how many pies she can make and how many cookies she can make, given the information that she can make 2 pies per hour and 10 cookies per hour. Alright, now for choice B, if she spent 2 hours to make pies, how many hours left to make cookies if she works 8 hours per day? 6, isn't it? Right, very good. Now with that information, you can fill out the quantity made of pies and cookies. Can you do that? I believe you can. So pause the video, fill out the table before you move on to the next slide. So here is the answer. Compare yours with this answer. Do you got it all correct? Very good. Okay, just a brief explanation. If she won't spend any hours to make pies, of course there is no pies being made. If she spent 8 hours to make cookies, since each hour 10 cookies, so 8 times 10 equals to 80 cookies, right? Yes, very good. Next, let's use the information in the table and draw the graph in the diagram over here. Now let's take a look at the diagram first. In the horizontal axis, we have quantity of cookies. Vertical, we have quantity of pies. This means on the table, we need to use quantity made, quantity of pies, quantity of cookies to fill out the table. Okay? All right, next, let's see all of these choices. Choice A. Choice A means Sweetly is going to make 0 pies and 80 cookies. So 0 pie, 80 cookies locates at where? At here, isn't it? 0 pies, 80 cookies, right? So this is choice A. Got it? Very good. Now, do the same of choice B, C, D, and E. After that, you connect all of these points before you move on to the next slide. Okay? Very good. All right. Is this what you get? Very good. Congratulations. You know what you just draw? It is production possibilities frontier. In short, we call it PPF. Yes, you just draw that. PPF is a graph showing us the combination of two goods. In this example is pies and cookies. When we use up all of the resources, which is 8 hours, efficiently, this is the best Sweetly can do. All right, let's do some exercise. If Lee spends 4 hours to make pies and 4 hours to make cookies, how many pies and cookies can she make? You can use the table to answer the question or the chart to answer the question. To answer this question, use the table is easier because 4 hours to make pies, 4 hours to make cookies, very easy. You just go into the table and say, well, it is 8 pies and 40 cookies, right? Very good. All right, the next one is, if Lee spends all her working time to make pies only, how many pies can she make? For this one, you can use the table, makes pies only, so 8 hours to make pies, therefore your answer is 16, isn't it? So 16 pies. That is how you answer the question. Now for the second question, you can also use the PPF to answer the question because no cookies being baked, only make pies, so 16 should be the answer. Let's look at this question. If Lee works 8 hours, can she make 8 pies and 50 cookies? This question, if you use the graph, it's easier. Can she make 8 pies? 8 pies is over here. And then 50 cookies. 50 cookies is around here. So if you take a look, 8 pies and 50 cookies locates in here. So what is your answer? it is impossible, isn't it? The maximum amount she can make is 40 cookies with 8 pies. It's in C. So it's impossible for her to make that. So from now on, we should know that any choices combination that is outside the production possibilities frontier, it is impossible to achieve. Can Lee make 8 pies and no cookies? Let's see. 8 pies, no cookies, location here, isn't it? What do you think? Yes, she can make 8 pies without cookies. However, the maximum amount she can make is 16 pies without cookies. Now she makes only 8 pies. This means that she works 4 hours instead of 8 hours. So from now on, we should know that as long as the choices that is below or inside PPF, resources are not fully used. Among the possible choices A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, which choices are efficient, inefficient, and unattainable? Efficient means that Sweetly spent all 8 hours and try her best and make the maximum choices. Inefficient means that she didn't spend all 8 hours. Unattainable means that after she spent all 8 hours, she couldn't make this combination of goods. So let's take a look. The answer is efficient is A, B, C, D, E, isn't it? Yeah, those are the combinations that is on the PPF. So from now on the PPF is efficient. Inefficient, do you got the same answer? G must be inefficient, right? So all of the choices inside PPF is inefficient. How about unattainable? Is it F? Very good. Yeah, all of the choices outside PPF, it is unattainable. Okay, let's take a look at this question. What is the opportunity cost per pie when Lee changes production from A to B? Remember opportunity cost? It is what one give up in order to get something else, right? So when Lee changed his production choice from A to B, she actually gained 4 pies. In order to get what she wants, she must give up 20 cookies. So she gains 4 pies, gives up 20 cookies. Therefore, the opportunity cost per pie must be what she gave up, 20 cookies, divided by what she get, 4 pies, so 5 cookies. This means that for every 1 pie she gained, she have to give up 5 cookies. Okay, so what have you learned from PPF? There are a few concepts that PPF illustrate. Number one is that resources are limited. In this example, the limited resources equals to 8 working hours. And then choices outside the PPF, they are unattainable. Remember, people's wants and needs are unlimited. With the given resources, we cannot produce enough to satisfy that, right? Now you see these choices outside the PPF indicates those wants and needs we just cannot satisfy. When resources are not fully used, inefficiency occurs. Yes, we have a limited resources, so we want to use it efficiently. We don't want to waste anything. when resources are fully used in the best way, efficiency is achieved. Also, this tells us that on the PPF, all of the choices are efficient. And then every time a choice is being made, opportunity cost occurs. This is because the resources is limited, so after we fully use it, in case you want to have more of one thing, you always have to give up something else. Okay, I'm going to stop here for this part. I will see you in the next part.